My other games are all dead. They're not, the homies are known, so I'm like, okay, maybe maybe somebody's on War Thunder I can duel. I mean, I would duel more in this game if I had like Rafale, Eurofucker, F-16A, but I only have Flanker, so
Yeah,
it's like
well,
very few people I can deal with because other people are like, oh, I don't want to fly Flanker, so it's like whatever.
no, like, oh, man, I don't really like flying the flanker anymore because it's such a fucking disappointment.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
the more, like,
for
especially
me,
this year, especially this fucking year, the more I fucking fly, the more I hate it.
yeah, for me, it's just like I just want to feel something, like even if it's
Yeah,
fucking dog shit FM flight a flanker duel, like I just want a dogfight. Like I just love
yeah,
dogfighting with
yeah,
homies. Like that's
yeah,
what it's all about.
yeah.
I guess I'm just
I also like,
yeah. I guess go sorry, Don.
I also like fighting people who actually know what they're doing, and you're one of them.
Yeah, same. That's the thing, right? Like my problem is that as you get better in the game, you kind of get lonelier because the people you can fight against and actually have a genuine level of interesting fight and fun against become lower and lower. As they get lower and lower, your chances to fight people become lower and lower, and you get less gameplay. You actually get less content because you don't want to fight randoms anymore, right? Because you don't feel anything. You feel nothing. Like I feel
Yeah,
nothing killing a guy 30 times in a row because not because he's bad but because he just lacks the experience that I have, right? Like I feel that brings me nothing. It brings me no joy. It brings me no objective advantage to learn or anything. So it's just it's one of the it will always be one of the biggest it will be one of the biggest annoyances of any player who's good at a game is they will become lonely to an extent. Like if
yeah,
there's specific people that they fight with aren't on, they will have no one to play with and have any enjoyable time.
yeah.
And
The
like
the only
yeah,
way I kind of enjoy dueling against less experienced players is by teaching them, and that's kind of like the whole point of my server. Somebody asks
exactly.
for help, and you end up in there. You point out some mistakes, they learn something. It actually feels nice because
Yeah,
well, at least you're kind of having fun. You like sometimes what I do is I increase my fuel loads to actually make it a little bit more of a challenge, and actually
yeah,
give them the opportunity to get nose on and whatever.
yeah.
But
That's what
yeah,
I
I
did. Like
agree.
last time I did a duel. Like I told the guy he was flying Eurofighter. I'm like, yeah, you can what do you call it? You can get Eurofighter. I'll get Su-30, and try and just basically not follow me into the thrust vectoring fight if you're too slow. I told was teaching him basic stuff.
Uh, Cloudy. There we go. Oh, hold on. I almost fucked this
We're
up.
good.
So I was doing some testing earlier in a custom lobby with 64 AI units.
Lamau.
Like, imagine we just set up a fucking dueling map, which is like literally chicken coop size, and it's like 64 motherfuckers flying around.
Big tier meme.
Where's the AI? Response unlimited, blah blah blah. Okay, I think it should be fine. Okay. Uh, Wait, there's no way I don't have you added to my friends list. Just
I
add
don't think you
me.
do.
Just add me. I'm gonna send you the invite. Same name
What's
as
your gamer
Discord.
tag again? Simply
Same.
sinful.
Yeah, the same. Exact same as Discord.
All right. But yeah, I guess I don't mind fighting dogshit planes because in DCS I always fly dogshit planes. That's just so I guess I get used to it. But I feel you, 100%. I feel you. There was definitely a time where I was like not depressed but just super down because you get into a flanker, you fight fucking hornet sweats all day. It's like man, it's like because you're not losing because you're bad. Often your times you're better, but their
Yeah,
plane outperforms you by a margin that no skill will compete like will
yeah.
just compensate for,
It's
and
the
that just
same.
drags you down.
It's the same reason I kind of stopped playing SU30. Well, actually, I think I stopped playing SU30 like really hard because I focus on grinding China and whatnot. But like overall, like for quite a few months already, playing flankers just feels so fucking boring because I'm just aware every single time at every single moment during a fight that even if
Yeah,
I'm literally like the most insanely autistic flanker pilot there is, uh,
you won't win.
I'm
It won't be enough.
I won't necessarily win because if my opponent just happens
Yeah,
to be in a better plane, they literally, even if they are retarded, like they just fucking win.
precisely, precisely.
Alright, let me see. Minimum fuel, normal ammo. There we go.
Yeah. Let's see if I still know how to play this game.
Let's see if I remember how to apply the flanker. See, like here I could take a gamble and take a fucking really high deflection shot very aggressively, but if I miss, then I'm fucking dead.
Yeah, then you're cooked.
Like
That's
this
just
thing,
the flanker things, man.
this thing is like,
so like, yeah, Rafael would pull me in here, right? Like, I know, I absolutely understand your pain because I've flown these airplanes in DCS, even if it doesn't make sense. But I've flown these planes, right? Like, I know planes that have low SEP, I know planes that have a high SEP, and I actually absolutely know the kind of trouble you face with a plane that has no lift, like the F-16 in DCS. It's basically this, yeah, like I feel your pain. I 100%. Like, you don't, like, pretty much, like, if there's like a specific problem you have, chances are I absolutely understand what you're feeling right now. And it pisses you off because, yeah, it's your favorite plane and you know it should perform better because there's data, there's evidence, it performs better. And more importantly is, like, the people who are flying these better planes don't fucking deserve those planes. They don't. They don't. They're just apes. They're brain dead, and like they fucking like try to gaslight you into somehow thinking, like, that's what pisses me off the most, is when they try to gaslight you into thinking that you actually have an advantage and that they are suffering. Like that makes my blood boil so much. It's like, you have no idea how much mental effort I have to put to fucking kill your shitty overpowered like UFO plane, and you complain about my plane. Like, actually kill yourself.
Oh dude, I really wish, well actually no, I don't, but I kind of wish you started playing War Thunder last year when the flight model of Flanker was far worse than it is right now. That thing was literally unusable, straight up.
Yeah. It's fucking sad, dude. It is literally sad. And it will always be this way, by the way. Like, no matter what you do. You know why? Because, you know, Russian, it's just...
Russian bias, Russian bias.
Because it's Russian, right? It's Russian and it must be worse. It can't possibly be good.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Actually, I have the American top tier Hornet. It's completely stock. I'm gonna bring it after a while so you can actually see how that thing actually flies like the flanker is supposed to.
Yeah, I fought a guy like a while back when I got into tooling with the 27 SM who was flying the Hornet, and I've gotten some of it off the look of it, and yeah, I was like, yeah, I wish I had that. Like, I don't even need the sustained turn rate this thing has. I want that SEP instead. That's what I want.
My favorite plane of flying this thing is just doing silly shit like this and actually making it work. Oh fuck! Yeah. I had way too much yaw momentum.
That silly shit in this game, in this plane, is so punishing relative to the Rafale or another fighter that doing it is basically a death sentence often. You know, and that's the another part, is like, it punishes you for trying to like push its limits, right? Whereas the Rafale, it's like, oh, you want to push my limits? Fucking go for it. I have no limits. I don't have limits. You know,
yeah, well, the Rafale never loses any lift whatsoever up until 50 degrees of AOA, which it never reaches, by the way. So you can just literally pull the Perpetual Cobra and Rafale, so and it doesn't give a fuck.
And its lift boundary goes beyond the AOA it can pull as well.
Oh no, I might crash. Yeah, no lift.
Yeah, like if that doesn't show that the flight model is fucked on some level, like I don't know what does.
Oh, dude, you wanna know something funny? Is after this you can go to the hangar, and you can test flight the new premium SU-30.
Oh god, yeah, I don't know, dude. I saw, okay, SU-30 MK2, same dogshit lift, but now it doesn't even have cannons or thrust vectoring. Yeah, it's fucking cooked. Like,
No, but the funniest shit is
like a-
you can just test fly it just to take a look at the cockpit instruments, and the funny shit is that the AOA indicator goes all the way up to 45 degrees. When the plane
That's
is
funny
already
as fuck, yeah. In a plane that will never fucking reach that anyway, you know. Dumb shit.
like flanker is already eating shit after measly only 30 degrees. Like, bro,
Yeah.
the fuck you mean 45? What do you mean 45, man?
Yeah, that's just straight up 8 mode. Oh, I cooked it. Nice.
Dude, that instance of the AOA indicator on that DSU-30 reminds me of the meme that goes like, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that, and that's just Gaijin putting that AOA indicator, seeing 45 degrees, and say like, yeah, that's not right. Those shots are so fucking close, but the jaw momentum is just literally messing it up.
Yeah. Can't do nothing. Nah, like, this is also what I hate, like, even like in a Rafale, I'd be able to capitalize so easy, but this thing has so little lift. I have to give it so much breathing room to catch its breath that it just looks like I can't pull in. I just can't pull in. And that's something I had to learn initially.
I'm gonna crash again? No.
Oh,
okay,
no,
no, should be fine, should be fine. Have you tried the Rafale yet?
No, I have not. I have not talked to anybody who has that. I don't even know who have and most of my friends also fly USSR like me, so it would be a tough thing to know
base friends? Base friends? Or base?
Yeah, basically I will have friends who fucking collectively hate anything.
We all collectively
I have some
hate
like
the same.
Italian friends who are like they will fly anything, but even they because like the thing is they got really good at DCS, like they're insane at DCS, and like they have just come to the point where like they don't feel anything when they fly the overpowered plane. So they were like, yeah, no, we also want to fly like the base shit.
Fair
and
enough,
that to me is one of the most like respectful things. Is like when you become so good that you can do basically anything, right? Like they do it because they want to, not just because they like have a love for the plane like I do, for example. And the thing is like these are one of the rare peoples like they're not washed by propaganda. Like they just look at everything objectively. Like when they say that something is shit, it's not because they think it's shit IRL, because they realize like, yeah, it's shit in game. And meeting people like that is just rare. So maybe one of those has like, the thing is we all basically collectively were like, okay, we're gonna go grind some 30 in War Thunder, like let's do that. So like I don't even know, I think some of them might have grinded some other trees, or because some of them played previously, but I'd have to ask them. But like our initial goal of everyone, there were like 5 of us, and we were like, yeah, let's go get 230 in War Thunder. Because you know, like in DCS, every day we wake up, it's like you know, bro, modern flanker went, modern flanker went, modern flanker went. That's literally every time. That's the debate. That's the fucking thing.
Yeah, right? Full fidelity Eastern flight model win.
Yeah, that's always our cope, right? And one day, a friend of mine approached me. He's like, "Yo, they kind of released the Su-30, but I'm like, yeah, fucking War Thunder, bro. Who gives a fuck about that?" But then he like, because like you know, I wasn't aware of the sim game modes and stuff, and because I only seen RP gameplay and stuff. And like he was like, dude, like, there's like this fucking mode called Simulator. It's pretty cool. It's like DCS. Oh, nice shot. It's like DCS a lot, and you can basically fly it similar to DCS. And like he was showing me some modes and shit, and they're like, oh, you know, now that I have the Su-30, you want to try it out? Like a fucking modern Fox 3, Russian Fox 3, a modern radar, a flanker that actually has a say. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. You know, that actually sounds fun, and that's basically the motivation that we all started with.
Okay, I'm safe.
No lift.
No lift, no bitches.
No bitches. That's literally like the perfect example. No fucking bitches. Like that's literally that's what the flanker is in this game. just straight up gets no bitches.
I mean, but look at the fucking shot I landed on you just earlier. Like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is ever gonna do that if it's not us?
Exactly.
Oh, nobody,
They
because
won't. They won't.
nobody wants to get good at dog shit playing. No, too difficult.
And the crazy part is, like, if we took our skill to like our failure and we put one of these bliggers in our failure, they would literally get shafted. Like they would have PTSD permanently.
No, dude,
after the duel.
I have already given people PTSD when I play Rafal against them on easy.
Yeah.
Like this guy that is with us on PC right now is one of them. Like just recently, I played a match of Rafal against him and his friend, and dude, they literally had to go really out of their way to actually try and kill me, and they did so multiple times. But like at the same time, like they died like 4 or 5 times more than they actually killed me. Ooh. What did I hit on you earlier? You just got a fucking trip.
Fuselage. I thought my engines were gonna go, but they didn't go, so. Unlucky there. See, that's what I mean. Like, this guns in this game suck so much cock. In fucking DCS, I'd be a fucking wreck, you know.
Yeah, fucking 30 mil and didn't even fucking slice the plane in half.
Yeah.
Actual garbage.
There's definitely some like damage model issues in DCS as well, but at least like in DCS, it's like I have a pretty consistent idea of where like I need to hit the plane to be able to get consistent damage. In this game, I feel like sometimes I hit like doesn't matter where I hit. Sometimes it just doesn't damage it. Other time it will just like shut you off. Like it will just shut the plane down. It's like, oh yeah, you don't have engines, by the way, even though you didn't get hit next to the engines. So it's just weird shit like that.
Yeah, I think right now something that they finally started doing is they finally started reworking the damage models of planes, because right now we just have a fucking epidemic of, oh, you're dogfighting and you land some fucking shots on a guy? Cool,
Yeah.
he is still alive and he can still fire missiles at you. And literally just today, earlier on stream, it happened to me where I'm playing the J10, which has the GSH-23, which is this game is actual garbage. And I literally got out of my way, managed to land some shots which were really fucking difficult to do to begin with. And I get a fucking measly dog shit hit, and the guy is still alive, and he was on fire. I set something on fire on him, right? And like I engaged somebody else that merged with me on a third party, and the fucking guy that I set on fire just ends up killing me with a fucking missile because, well, he was still kind of flying.
Bullshit, that's so fucking bullshit. Like that is just. Yeah, and I've had that happen with friends too. Like I have seen the amount of Eurofighters I've seen and Rafales flying without wings, just canards. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, dude? But I remember the first time, right? The first time I ever saw that was I just got the Su-27S. I had two 27Rs and 2 Archers. That's all I had. You know, I just got the 4th gen, and I told my friends, it's like, dude, I'm done flying the MiG-23. I don't want to be in MiG-23 jail anymore. I want to fly 4th gens in this game finally. Like, I want to experience it, right? They were like, all right. So you know. And I'm sitting there, and you know, shit's a struggle because I know how to grinding in sim with the Su-27S, you know. And I remember the first time I scored a hit on a Delta Canard, and he keeps flying. He keeps flying. Like I turn around, I'm like, oh, you know, critical hit, you know. He has no wings. Like I think I archered him, and what happens? I get Mika after that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
and
that's.
I've seen the kill feed. He's flying without wings. No, like the wings are clean off. He's a rocket, and he just has the canards, and he's just flying in full afterburner. And
Well,
like my face was literally like the cat live reaction, like that. You know, I was like, I could not believe my eyes, like what I was seeing. I was like, this is just not real. It's simply not real. You know, that's what I thought to myself.
Well, welcome to the War Thunder. Because fuck you, that's why.
And ever since then is like, I made a habit of always fucking double tapping Delta Canards. I don't care if they're burning wreckage. I will fucking fire another one. I will like put more bullets into them, just either out of spite or just to make sure.
Spite.
You know, just to make sure this guy doesn't pull some random bullshit out of his ass like he did last time. That experience alone, just like, you know, you do all that work and that shit happens. Like, well, first of all, uninstall the game. You ate a 27R in a Rafale with against a stock Su-27S. Like, what are you even doing? And then you do that. Like, it's like this game is literally designed to piss you off.
Yeah, it kind of gives me the vibes of World of Tanks. Whatever I don't know, you probably ever played that game, but the TLDR is that World of Tanks can also be like fairly competitive video game. There's sweats, of course, very people who are very experienced and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. I should have hit.
Unfortunately.
So, World of Tanks has a bunch of RNG mechanics where it's gonna make you feel like sometimes your skill doesn't really matter. Because, well, RNG, you just got very unlucky RNG, so fuck you. I think we're both out of fuel.
Yep, we are. I just happened to end up in a slightly better position when we ran out of fuel.
Yeah, so on World of Tanks, because there's so many RNG mechanics, it doesn't matter if you're the absolute best player in the entire game. Sometimes if RNG just decides to fuck you up, it's gonna fuck you up. And you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose against shitters who might even be on worse vehicles than you, because that's how it is. That's kind of the way it feels right now. Again,
yeah, no, I absolutely feel that. That's exactly what I felt. You know, the amount of times I've felt that like I should not be losing to this shit player, but I am, just because of the way the game is designed and the way the game is balanced. Like I've absolutely felt that in this game, 100%.
I think right there your nose got really close, so I think the offset is in your favor right now.
Absolutely. I had to release a little bit because noise crew I just fucking G-locked.
Yeah, this offset is really aggressive for both of us. Like I think this next pass, if we wanted to, we could probably force a head on. And
yeah, the main reason we're able to force a head on right now is because I have to keep releasing. Like I couldn't just keep pulling in like I should have, because I'm actually blacked. But initially the offset was in my favor, for sure. Mainly because what do you call it? You oversped a little bit when raiding.
Yeah.
And you gave me too much separation, and I was able to capitalize on that. And I went to like kind of like this very flat but still passive scissor mode. But I'm still aggressive. But it's just that I'm still kind of like keeping it somewhat in the raid. And eventually it just ended up into like a offset raid fight in my favor. Good shot though. I missed my shot there.
Yeah, I tried regaining speed to around 850, so that I could afford doing the diagonal, like vertical.
Yeah.
So
the
that's
thing
probably
is, that was too much. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like you should have lowered your speed, because the skill to energy fighting is you never actually fight at the actual raid speed. Like
no, never. No, I never do.
Energy fighters. There's the retard energy fighter who like does the textbook raid, and he will just get offsetted into oblivion. Like you will just offset and you will just dunk on him and offsets 24/7. That's what will happen. And there's the person who actually knows how to energy fight. The person who actually knows how to energy fight, he will never fight at actual raid speeds. he will always fight you in a way that he just has 5% more energy than you, and that's all he needs. Because here's the thing, right? Let's say you have the energy advantage, but I'm slightly behind you because I pulled for radius, correct? And you release, right? So now I have angles advantage, and you just released to get energy or to go back to your initial rate speed after the pull, right? And what happens now is I got the angles and you just released. So now I've got the angles and you've given me room to release.
The room, yeah, that's extent. So separation. Yeah, I always rate 5 for separation too. So what I was trying to do is I was trying to regain a little bit of extra speed so that I could afford using some more verticality, but I guess I just kind of overdid it a little bit.
For sure.
I have no control of the plane here. Oh, fuck me, dude. This plane is... This is what pisses me off about this plane. This is why I literally get pissed off at this plane, dude.
No, I feel you 100%, bro. Yeah, look at us. Fucking molding.
Look at this. I'm gonna die, by the way. Look at this fucking retards flying this garbage plane, dude.
Straight up. I also fucked up initially because I was in Cobra mode still, but...
Yeah.
I
literally had like a fucking more than 5 seconds window where I could literally kill you, but the plane said, "No, fuck you. Your rudder is not gonna work anymore. You fuck yourself."
Yeah. Honestly, I highly recommend you try the DCS flanker at some point. It's like a different world. Like, these fights are so fun in DCS with a flanker.
I would eventually try DCS, but I don't have the hardware for it, and I don't want to fucking bother with mouse and keyboard because I know it's not gonna be the same. So.
I mean, you have an analog keyboard, right?
Yeah, I can fly with it, but I cannot really like look around too well.
Speaking, with force gens that have FCS, you generally don't need it, and with a flanker, because the flanker, it has a very linear lift curve, has a very linear pitch pull, like overall pitch rate. You can actually fly it even in Cobra mode fairly well with keyboard, but yeah, it's definitely going to be tough. But don't let anyone like psyop you to thinking, oh, you need like $1,000 hardware, man. Like I started the game with a fucking PlayStation controller, man, and I was like farming people. Like there's no fucking like at the end of the day, like the basics, the principles of BFM, the principles of air combat don't change. They are the same. War Thunder, like the reason why I'm able to pick this game up so quickly is because DCS and War Thunder, no matter how many people would not like to admit that, are simply the same. They are very similar, right? And because they're so similar, you can transfer between games very easily. But like, yeah, like, dude, like...
The thing is, in War Thunder with mouse and keyboard, I'm used to being able to use both of them at the same time for flying, so I can use the mouse for actually aiming the guns and shit and flying.
You can do the same in DCS.
I didn't find a way to do it on DCS though.
Really? Okay. There might be ways. You might have to like. There might be like programs you can download, like V1olat that convert your mouse into like a semi joystick with a shift modifier, so you can look and use it as a joystick at the same time. But I haven't looked into keyboard specifically, like those kind of applications.
See, like, this is the kind of stall fights I really like because I can come over the top here, try to get a gamble shot, but this thing just does not respond. This thing just
refuses to cooperate. Yeah.
Am I in manual? Oh no.
And I couldn't even capitalize on that because my plane doesn't have lift either, so I'm just stuck sitting up there, you know. So for example, this is another type of energy fighting right now, right? I'm energy fighting right now, but not like I'm not going to 850 kilometers per hour, because what's going to happen is you're just going to accelerate behind me. I'm going to be on my ass, right? So I make sure I have just enough energy to energy fight you. Like I have just a little bit more energy than you, right? Like I go between like 300 to 500 kph right now. That's roughly the speed range I'm going at. That's because that's kind of like the speed range that I'm guesstimating that this is what I need to maintain the energy offset. And the reason for that is to maintain this or this very tight separation that I have right now, so that you're gonna struggle to get your guns on, and slowly I will keep reeling you in. Now, the higher the SEP, the faster this process happens. The lower the SEP of the plane, the slower this process happens. This is basically slow motion right now because the planes we're flying have 0 SEP. But if we were in Rafales, the process would happen much faster.
Yeah, like every single thing I try to do, this fucking plane just doesn't respond, doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I'm also like basically just throwing because I want to get the fucking funny deflection shot when doing the AOA thing. Like, oh well, fuck you, the plane is not gonna respond when every single other plane top tier actually does it. This thing doesn't.
Yeah. Nah, it's definitely tough when you're not used to these kind of fights. I'm so indoctrinated in these kind of fights. Like for me, I do this shit without thinking, because like I've done this shit too much in DCS, thousands upon thousands of hours, and because it's so similar in terms of principles, like I do this shit like when I try to people will call me energy sweat and shit like that in this game a lot, but like I'm not trying to sweat against you. Like I'm not trying to be like, oh, I want to beat this guy, I want to beat this guy, I want to be better, like it's just. The thing is, like, eventually you come to a level of BFM where you just start doing the right things subconsciously, and you do it as well. Like, right, like every experienced player just eventually does it. Mm-hmm. And so, the thing is in BFM, these kind of things just end up happening on your own, and that's the thing. It's a reality that energy fighting is just its own thing, and it is at times superior to radius fighting, but there's skills to both, right? And there's also there's two kinds of crowds, right? So in War Thunder, there's the crowd that says radius fighting takes more skill, energy fighting is boring and shit like that. And in DCS, it's actually the opposite. In DCS, people will shit talk you for being a radius fighter, and I've been often at the receiving end of the shit talk as flanker pilot. But the reality is there's skills to both, right? And both are equally satisfying to master. Like the most satisfying kind of energy fight is when you're able to min-max your energy so much that you're able to lift max the plane and able to finish the fight that people think will take hours because you're doing energy fighting, and you're able to finish it within 2 minutes because you just have that much knowledge of the other plane's energy and your energy. And at higher levels, that's what happens. Like at higher levels, like when you fight super high duelists in DCS, they can literally smell your lack of energy. Like if they smell that they have 1% of energy advantage, they will fucking have that capitalize. The merge is over. Like you might as well fly straight and let them gun you because you're not gonna get a kill. The fight is already over. Like they can be so well attuned, and when you have developed this kind of energy autism, you start to look at both things kind of objectively. So I have no fucking qualms with either. I prefer both. I just do whatever I think is right, and I think it is important for anyone who's getting better into dogfighting to treat these both as just an objective thing that sometimes you have to do, right? You have to sometimes stall fight. You have to sometimes radius fight. You can't be like, oh, I'm X fighter, I'm a radius fighter, I'm a stall fighter, or energy fighter. That kind of mentality will get you fucked. In DCS, there's this constant mentality where people are like, oh, I want to fight energy personally. Okay, but what if the other guy is hell bent on going energy? What if he always goes into lag? Then you need to know how to radius fight. Then you need to know how to punish him. But they don't know how to punish you, so they get fucked. Or they never have to fight, or they end up getting into a different airplane or in a different scenario, right? They end up doing an organic merge in a BVR server, where their plane, even though in dogfight servers it's the superior energy fighter, now it's heavier and the opponent has better energy, and now they don't know how to radius fight. Or you're talking with Hobbs missiles with R73s and 9X, and now you actually need to radius fight because you can't allow for that giant separation that an energy fight would allow. And that's why you need both, right? And as soon as you start treating both objectively, you just instantly get better because you don't think of them with stigma, right? You think of them just for what they are. And once you get that, you go to a level of BFM where it's you can pretty much toy with people who try to be consistent with only one thing.
Yeah, I think one of the things I really complain the most about some duelists is there's some really autistic motherfuckers on the Russian servers and some Koreans and they basically do the exact same thing of basically they fight like Cesare. You already know Cesare, you already know how he fights.
Yeah.
And it's basically just Giga Raid until the other guy kind of bores himself.
Nice one. Nice.
Alright, so here I just literally didn't throw and actually kind of started the raid fight the same as you did. Actually surprised that worked. But
I was made the mistake of just not pulling in. Like I was just too passive, just sitting there. I should have pulled in.
Oh, but what I was saying, like there are some really insanely autistic duelers on Russian server and Korean server too, right? And I think a couple of them are in the server right now. One of them is Ace. Is like Ace is
Ace on DCS.
Yeah, Ace is literally like the guy that is so fucking good at dueling that he like makes a living out of it.
Yeah,
quite literally. Yeah, he makes a fucking living out of it, and you're not beating him. And this guy Cheserate ended up dueling very frequently against him, and he learned from it. And you know, like all he fucking does is just fucking Cheserate at like 1,000 kph, and he literally just stays away from your guns the entire time because you're never really capable of pulling enough lead. And then like if he ever tries to like kind of do something like aggressive or stall fires or anything, he kind of doesn't really know too well what to do.
Yeah. No, but the thing is that Ace isn't like that, right? Ace does both.
He does. I've been told he does both.
Yeah, like Ace will fuck you in radius. Like I've done fights with Ace, and I've done back and forths with him, right? I remember the one Hornet fight I was doing with Ace is where I was radius fighting him and he was energy fighting him, and I managed to get a good offset, right? And I won that fight. The next fight, he continued to radius fight me, and he started beating me in radius fighting. Because I always looked at Ace that way. I always thought, wow, this is probably like an energy fighter, typical. But no, he can do both, and that's the thing, and that's the difference. Because Ace has come to that level where he understands the usage of both, the utility of both radius and raid fighting. Once you understand that, like that utility of both, then you can fucking apply that at a high level, and then you're a good BFMer. If you try to do these things like Shez Raid, right? Because what happens with Shez Raid is you just run him out of fuel. You start doing offsets behind him at a lower speed, and because you burn fuel at a slower rate, and he can't afford to go out of Afterburner because he's doing this mock rating, and he has to fucking stay in Afterburner in order to maintain that mock rate, he will just run out of fuel, and then you gun him. Or he just crashes, and you get the score.
No, I think well, what is happening too is he has no other choice but to pull a head on. That's what he does.
Or that. But the thing is, if you force a good enough offset, he won't even be able to get that head on without pulling like 50G. Like even in Earthfell. And that's the thing that's the fundamental situation that you have to like prepare yourself to. I did not pull the trigger there, which I should have.
Could have maybe gotten a really good deflection in there, but the plane once again does not cooperate.
I'm even surprised I'm able to pull out of this actually.
Cobra?
Oh. Nope. I should not have Cobra'd there. Cobra did not work in my favor. It did.
That was a lucky hit. Like, you were literally completely flat relative to me. Like, I'm surprised the fucking bullets even hit you.
I saw the nose come up. I was like, oh, it might come up. And then it didn't come up. And I was like, oh well.
The struggles of being a flanker fan.
The struggles of being a flanker fan, though. You said it.
It's like, oh well, this guy is a fucking flanker fan, and turns out he also like. I ended up playing like quite literally. I don't know how to explain it, but the way I got good at this game was by just being a fucking masochist, because I really wanted to enjoy my favorite plane. So
that's how you always get good at any stuff. Like that's how I got good in DCS, right? I had to learn radius fighting in DCS because the flanker forced me to. Like, these Hornets were outrating me constantly, and the only way I was able to like not, get fucked by them is if I learned how to radius fight. So I just had to learn it.
Oh, I sniped the pilot. Oh, fuck.
Not have gone for the head on.
Shit. All right. Yeah, so whenever the flanker came out, and I was already like fairly decent even before that, but definitely not at the level I am at right now. But when I started flying the flanker, the plane was actual fucking garbage. And the thing is, in that BR, every single American plane is miles ahead of you, and at the time when the flanker got introduced, you also had the Griffins, right? So quite literally, like you literally had to lock in a fuck ton to use the flanker properly, and back then the AOA button didn't exist, so you had to fly completely in manual if you wanted to exploit the AOA. So that also took a lot of skill. So quite literally, you would have to log the fuck in if you wanted to beat even a fucking average hitter on something like the F-15A, which would literally fucking violate you. I don't know if you've ever dueled against Butters, but if he takes 15A against you and he's actually like not a pussy and he doesn't hold back, you're not winning. You're not winning. You're not winning.
I've not fought his 15A. I've only fought him in the 15C, but I can imagine. Like, I've heard that the 15A.
Oh no! If he like if you take the flanker, any of them, any flanker you want, and he flies the F-15A, you're not winning, buddy. You're not winning. And if you actually win, like I'm gonna tell you, he fucking holds back. He holds back sometimes because he went on a fucking redemption arc where he stopped being an asshole. So now he holds back sometimes, and that's fine because well sometimes he just teaches people. But I think if you make him struggle enough, he will not hold back, and he's actually gonna get serious, and you're never gonna fucking win against him, pretty much.
Yeah, because the plane difference and one is just so much, and the other pilot is actually skilled, and eventually you will just not be able to like compensate anymore, right? Because the level of compensation the flanker needs in this game is unreal. Like it's unreal level of compensation from the pilot. Yeah, like you need to be so much better than the other guy to actually be able to beat the guy. If the other guy's in a superior airframe with a better SEP, that it'll practically never happen.
Yeah, like you can literally experience firsthand how much this plane fucking struggles when it gets slow. So not only you have to be good enough to manage the plane when slow, but you also kind of have to get lucky that the fucking yaw momentum doesn't fuck your aim.
Precisely.
Oh shit. Holy fuck, I thought you were going to crash. You flew a little bit too close to the ground there.
Yeah, maximize that energy. Oh, G-Log Gaming.
See, like right here, the way I dogfight is I never dogfight to maintain a specific speed. I just dogfight to maintain proper separation depending on what the guy is doing.
Yeah, no, that's the correct way to do it. Like the best fighters will always fight between energy and radius. They will always alternate between them, right? Depending on their needs. Because right now, I'm winning this rate fight. So what you have to do is you have to basically force offsets, right? Because eventually, I'm gonna get behind you. So the only thing is basically you gotta force offsets.
Yeah, I think the offset is kind of allowing you to get nose very, very close to me on one of the parts. So what I have to do is I kind of just have to counter that and tighten it down.
Precisely. But you have to do it, in a radius game plan. So, with the right pursuit curve. Actually gonna run out of fuel here.
5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm out.
Nice.
Oh, maybe I can maybe regain. I can maybe gain some speed on my way down and just pull AOA. Oh, there. Nice. Okay, there we go. Yeah. That was lucky because the other time you also finished on a better position before running out.
Yeah, we'll always end up like this for whoever ends up in a better position.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me catch up with chat. What are these retards saying? Who is the DCS player? His name is Jod, and he is literally one guy that managed to become one of the top duelers in my server within a fucking month. The only reason I play the flanker is because I just love the plane itself, and I have to mentally numb myself to play it in sim. Yeah, pretty much. Eventually, especially this year with all the fucking power creep. If you want to play flanker, you always have to expect, well, I'm going to have to deal with even more bullshit than last year. And if Rafal is an enemy team, well, good fucking luck, dude. And before seeing you came me with J7D, well, the mean J10. Another way bad players defeat you is by outnumbering you. Dude, I remember last year, Jot, during the old flanker fly model, fighting against blue side was literally an ego boost by the amount of kills you will get, because blue side was so fucking overpopulated. So I remember in one of the earlier streams I had, like I just fucking complain way too much about this game. But one of the reasons why I noticed that I just complain too much is that I've been spoiled too fucking much because of last year. Because during the old flanker fly model where blue 4 was super saturated, I used to get multiple 40 plus kills games per week. Right. And like quite literally, if you look at my stat card on the S27 SM, I have an average of 32 player kills per match. And after this year, after they introduced the Rafale, like that number has only gone down. Even though the planes are better, even in Rafale, which is miles better than the 27 SM was before, like I haven't been able to bring that number up anymore because there's not enough people to shoot at. Or I'm spawning in.
No, absolutely.
A lot of people started japping in chat way too quickly. I couldn't catch up. Sorry. All right, I'm spawning in again.
All right.
See, I want to see, like overall, when it comes to flankers, like you pretty much noticed, I tend to get impatient because funny slow speed thingy. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. But yeah, I want to see if I'm doing an actual mistake in raid fighting, because with you I actually have to lock in to raid fight properly. So here I'm probably overspeeding. I'm just gonna convert that into some altitude, and here we have an offset, so I'm gonna try to tighten it down, and now we're kind of neutral.
Yeah. So the thing with raid fighting is you have to decide, right? At the merge you decide. In a mirror match you decide, do I want to be the radius fighter or do I want to be the energy fighter? You can't do both. You cannot do both. If you do both, you basically give the other guy offsets, right? So you pull and you observe the other guy, right? You do a nice high performance pull and you observe the other guy, right? Yeah. You observe the other guy. What is he doing? Is he pulling into you? If he's pulling into you, do not pull into him. Do not pull into him. Because if you pull into him, what's going to happen is he's going to be a head-on and you're going to be complaining, oh my god, it's only head-ons in these games, right? But what you do is you relax, right? You go into a lag trajectory or you release the stick a little bit, right? And there's a high chance that playing to the high SEP, there will be a high risk of you getting gunned, right? Or if you see the guy is going very passive, you go aggressive. And that's how I play, right? I base my decisions based on that. And once basically you have decided to rate, right? You have to maintain your energy advantage. You have to maintain your angle. Like you have to start slowly also cashing in that energy. You can't just be sitting there and trying to basically maintain your rate speed. You have to start actually cashing in the energy in terms of SEP, right? Because dogfights are won by specific excess power, right? They're won because I have more lift than you do, not because I'm maintaining a specific speed, right? The specific speed is required because that's where you get the specific lift, to get the maximum performance of the plane. But in a dogfight, you need to have the best lift, better lift than the other guy. Here's what happened in this fight. I decided that at the start I'm gonna be the radius fighter. I saw you were going passive into energy, and I don't know if you saw, but I forced a very subtle scissor, a very subtle offset scissor to the left that was leading into the ground. If you saw at the end there, and because of the way the fight happened is because of you chose to raid. So I was like, okay, if I choose to raid, what's gonna happen is like one of the last fights. It's just gonna be an endless stalemate down to fuel. I don't want that, right? I don't want that. I wanna I wanna win. So I go radius, right? Here again, I choose to go radius, right? Because I want to. And I will observe you. I will keep observing you, right? And if you stay lag, I will stay radius, right? Now you go lead, right? Like you're going aggressively into lead. I still have energy, so I'm gonna go back into lag a little bit, but I'm still gonna maintain my radius game plan. And because I was already in lead.
Oh, my plane locked up.
I'm able to have this like a really fucking strong position. The thing is, this also requires a little bit of in-game knowledge, which I definitely don't have compared to you. But the reason, this is what happened. This is what should always happen if the energy fighter then tries to suddenly transition into lead, like you did. The energy fighter should fucking die, right? Because you are already in such a good position. So that's what I mean. When you chose to energy fight there, when you chose to go lag there, you gotta stay lag. You can't just go lead into lead, because a good opponent will fucking gun you down in there, right? So you have to decide. If you try to do both, you can't do it, right? never try to raid fight another person if you're already losing the raid fight, right? If you lose a raid fight, try to force offsets. Don't even try to rate him. Why even try to rate him? You're already losing the raid fight. It's just a matter of time, right? And or if both people try to vehemently try to like energy fight, right? It will just be a fuel stalemate, right? You don't want that. If both people try to vehemently radius fight, it'll be a perpetual stall fight, right? And that's the thing. That's something you have to keep in mind, right? So here I was observing you. I saw you were initially, I was kind of going aggressive. I was kind of a little bit neutral. I saw then you were going to lead, so I got into a little bit into lag. And now I'm basically maintaining a scissor, right? Because my initial goal was to get into scissors anyway, so I'm in a scissors right now. But you see I'm maintaining like a lag scissor, right? You see I'm maintaining a very slow lag scissor because I saw you transition very aggressively into the scissors, right? So basically,
I can see that.
I was like, okay, yeah, he transitioned aggressively into lag, into a lead scissor. So I'm gonna go lag, and I'm gonna maintain some energy. I'm gonna slowly creep up behind him via angles and energy, while also maintaining the scissors. A lot of raid fighters do the mistake here, but it's like, okay, I want to go energy, and then they fucking completely go passive and let you just accelerate behind them, right? Like I would try, like, basically me trying to go back to raid and you just accelerate behind me. I don't want that, right? I want to stay in the scissors, but in a lag trajectory, right? So I'm still the energy fighter here, but I'm in a lag trajectory relative to you. Now here, you also need a lot of knowledge relative of the plane. You need to know how much your plane can do in terms of lift. I need to know when to basically tighten down, right? And this is something you have to be careful of. I see here you give me a lot of momentum, you give me a lot of room, right? And because I have the angles advantage, I can use that to get some speed back as well. And that's why you can't really do both, right? Like basically here, you're committed to being a stall fighter, and you try to get some energy back. But if you try to get some energy back, I will just accelerate it right up behind you, right? And that's exactly what's happening, right? I'm slowly accelerating behind you.
Yeah, and here I try to
do a reversal here, yep. And I'm just gonna slightly release the stick, because why would I challenge that? That's a death sentence for me, right? You're already into lead.
You just extend away, yeah.
So and now here I slowly, like, I maintain my advantage. I stay in the scissors, right? I don't exit the scissors, but I slowly maintain my advantage. I might hit the ground here because this plane has no lift, but that's just how it is. Yep, what?
Oh, that's it. That's a tree. Okay,
I almost took off, dude.
Yeah, I think
if I had a bit more room, I would slowly have reeled you in, and then
I do see those clues like instinctively, because well, I literally have no fucking knowledge about like technical ways of fighting or whatever. So I do see the clues. So like I knew you were pulling for scissors, and I knew you were pulling also for lag, and I was like, okay, I'm literally just flying at stalling speeds like 450, like, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to use.
The fight was kind of over and in my favor the moment you pulled super aggressively into lag, right? You wanna, into lead from lag, right? You wanna pull into lead when you're basically at a neutral aspect, when you basically pass each other again, right? If I'm already having the angles advantage and you pull into lead, right, into me, right? I will slightly go into lag, but still in the scissors, but I now already have the angles advantage. So I just like slowly start creeping up behind you. So the time to go lead is when you're basically at a very high aspect relative to each other, like the nose positions are relatively neutral. That's when you're going to lead. The trick to lead is going to lead early, right? Here I see a raid fighting. Why should I raid fight? It's just going to become a perpetual fuel fight. I'm going to force offsets, right? Because that's what I need to do. Because I already chose initially, if you saw my trajectory, to be aggressive, right? And here I'm still aggressive, even though you're aggressively pulling into me, but I'm slowly going to rope you into a scissors, right? Like you still want to, of course, protect your plane. You still want to go lag a little bit to, like, deny the enemy shot positions. I'm gonna wait till you pull in. This is for example, an area where you need in-depth knowledge of the plane, which is definitely something I lack, because like I'm not aware exactly of how much I can pull. So I'm gonna have to release a little bit here again, because I'm just not sure how much I can exploit the plane's lift. But like, if the textbook thing would have been for me to pull in there and like, try and like basically gun you down, but like I miscalculated, because of, like, I should have actually basically gone more, continued the raid a little bit more, or get a bit more speed back and then pull into you. Yeah, so you can see I've put myself in a pretty precarious situation, right? I've basically given you so many shots, and the reason why I've done that is because I tried to accelerate back to speed. And what happened is you could just accelerate behind me and take some more pop shots, right? Yeah. So that's something. So this is the mistake I'm facing right now, right? This is the punishment I'm facing. I'm facing the punishment of you having multiple shots on me, right? Now, luckily for me, the flanker has very low SEP, and I can abuse that. So I know I'm very safe. Against a Rafale, I wouldn't be safe, right? But against a flanker, I'm safe, right? I can get into these high speeds, and I know if he tries to pull in, he won't have the energy, or even if he has the shot, or if he has the nose position, the shot is going to be such a low probability of hit that it's like, you know, it's very likely going to be that I'll just be safe. And because you chose to like stay aggressive and pull, you know, I get my energy back, and now I'm converting that energy into angles. This is a mistake a lot of energy fighters make. They never convert the energy into angles, and that's a fundamental mistake. You do not want to be making that mistake.
Nice.
The best way to explain this, like for me, would be like, because then I can also explain my own mistakes like in much more detail, because there's definitely like mistakes happening on both sides. It's not just one.
Yeah,
to track the replay file. If you could give me like I know War-Thunder has like a replay mode. Like if I could see that,
yeah, you can
explain to you.
Yeah, you can watch the replays. But the thing is, like, right there when I told him to stall fight, I had really good angles for like 2 entire loops, but the plane just literally does not cooperate. And yeah, I noticed you extend the way because you gave me more room to keep shooting at you, and you were regaining speed. But the thing is, I was like, well, I might be able to make it count here, so I'm just gonna gamble, and well, it didn't pay off. Yeah. So it is what it is.
The thing is, like, if you had gotten maybe a bit speed back as well, and then at least you would have neutralized the fight, right? But you chose to gamble, and yeah, that's the price.
The thing is,
what I would have done in your position is I would have.
The thing is, with this plane, I don't really like the opponent, like in symmetrical flanker fights. I don't really like the opponent getting that much separation, because everything just turns into a fucking pull the stick all the way back and pull the Cobra, and even if your trajectory is like off by 60 degrees, then the fucking AOA just allows you to get guns on anyway. So like against a lot of people, the flanker fights and even Hornet fights just becomes a staring contest where, oh, I'm losing position, I'm just gonna pull the Cobra and fucking force the hand on or something. So
the thing is though, like by abusing, like, you know, by knowing how to abuse your SEP relative to the other guy and managing turning room, you can deny them that, right? Because this is the same situation that you get in DCS, right? In DCS, the flanker is notorious for fucking never dropping its nose. Like, people hate it because it just sits there and the nose never comes down. It just keeps shooting at you and they don't know what to do, right? But there's a way, right? There's a way. Good Hornet pilots will fucking make you suffer, regardless, right? And there's a way to do it, and the way to do it is like by managing your turning room and also like cashing in. Like this is, for example, a good cashing you did there, right? Like you started cashing in, you didn't fucking stay passive all the way, and now you gotta keep cashing in. You can't like go back into lag, right?
Nope.
But not like fully. Just maintain this angles advantage, right? I'm good. Like I fucked up. You know, I have complete basically energy disadvantage. But here I'm accelerating back a little bit because I saw you pulled a bit too hard, right? So pull a bit back. Get some speed, but maintain this angles advantage. Do not lose this, right? You basically want to stay in like a sort of lag situation, kind of like I was staying last fight. Now this is a neutral transition to the deck, which works out in my favor a little bit because I'm able to get some speed back. However, you still have angles advantage.
This is an offset the offset is currently in my favor.
Yeah. The thing is though that the energy is not in your favor, so that's something you have to contend with. That's something you gotta think about. So basically, this was a classic deck transition, right? Energy fighter pulls into me, I start going radius, I start forcing offsets, and then whoever gets to the ground first and re-accelerates to speed first, that's the guy who wins the raid fight after. So here, for example, right, I accelerated first, I got my speed back first, and now I'm slowly cashing back in. I'm not holding a specific speed. I know you have less speed than me, or you have less overall energy than me, so I'm just slowly pushing you in, and you'll be forced to either bleed speed with me, or if you don't bleed speed, I will just get free angles with no consequence. Pretty much. So you have to do something here, basically. Yeah, it's like you want to take the initiative of the fight.
Well, in this case, I cannot do anything because the flanker is dog shit for cashing in energy, and we're kind of.
Yeah. I think even Fleur and Rafale's like, right, both of us can pull in equally as hard, right? So like it would be basically a deteriorating situation for you regardless.
I think you keep mentioning the Rafale as if the plane was any similar to the flanker whatsoever, but it's not.
The thing is, it doesn't need to be similar for the principles to align. It's just everything would happen at so much faster pace. Everything would happen like 30 seconds faster, right? 3 times faster than the flanker, right? That's what would happen, and it's basically like brain rot, Formula 1, compared to like V8 supercars, basically.
I'm out of fuel.
Here I'm out of fuel. You might get a good shot there, actually.
I would have been so pissed if you got the actual shot there.
I was fucking hoping to get that shot, dude. I was like, man, come on, nose, please,
okay.
A little bit.
Okay, that one. Okay, this fight actually was really... Oh, I actually got shots. That's actually pretty cool because I think my decision to just cut you off there was correct. I just fucking missed the shots because, for example, like we were raid fighting, right? And I was high up. I was above you. And I saw that you kind of pulled downwards a little bit into a spiral. So not only did I see you cash in energy, but I also saw an opportunity for separation. Because, you know, well, if you create separation and I'm literally above you, I literally have the gravity and, you know, altitude and balance to just cut you off.
You manage turning room and you take the initiative. Like the thing is there, you took the initiative and you forced me to do something about it. Right? And that's why like the fight was in your favor that way. Right. Later on, I took the initiative by going in the downward spirals, by going to the ground first, and I was winning the raid fight. But then, you know, fuel happened, and so this is basically a big thing as well, right? Like you want to outpace the other guy's decision making, right? Generally, never try to raid fight if the other guy's trying to raid fight, because that what are you going to achieve? It's just going to be a perpetual raid fight to fuel us. That's what you want, you know. That's like nobody wins then, right? So like you always try to basically like, you know, like you were either radius fighter or the raid fighter. You're never both. You never do both.
Yeah, right there. Like once again, I just tried to raid fight to maintain proper separation, and the very moment I saw that opening,
fight, and I pulled aggressively into it with offsets, so I'm gonna get some energy back here because I'm gonna keep going offsets. Like, why would I raid fight you? Like, I'm already gonna lose that raid fight. Like, there's no way I'm maintaining this raid fight. It's just not.
Oh, here's another opening for me. You try and cut you off.
Yeah, the thing is though that here, like the separation is pretty close. So you sacrifice a lot of sep basically, and because you sacrifice a lot of sep, now I'm the energy fighter, right? Because I saw he pulled in a lot. Now when I see that you pulled in a lot, this is what I mean by observing, right? Now I'm the I'm the energy fighter. I can't be the radius fighter now because you got angles on me, right? And you pulled in early, so you're behind me, and you're slower. And so basically, by trying to become the angles fighter after that, it would be a death sentence, it would be a suicide. I would just be showing a flat surface to you, right? So now, seeing that clue, I am the radius fighter. I'm the energy fighter now. I'm the raid fighter now, right? And I'm slowly starting to cash in this. And again, like with planes of higher sep, this would happen much faster. But of course, with flanker, and I saw you basically released over the top there, kind of very passive, which allowed me to basically like, you know, get angles while also maintaining energy the same way. That's why like there's nothing for free, right? You don't get anything for free.
I think on that little like opening I had
stayed in radius. Like there, I mean, it was a pretty tough situation for you, to be fair. But
yeah. Oh, I fat fingered the AOA button. Now I'm basically stalling.
It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah. It's okay though. I don't know how to aim.
Here a little bit of plane knowledge is coming into play right now.
Yep.
A little bit.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was plane knowledge. That was a lot of plane knowledge.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Let me see, what's the chat saying? Skipping physics 2 for this masterpiece. Real. You should have seen the old fights where I think it was Sky King. Does he still even play the game? No, that's a Gordy. That's like, if you go to the Discord, you see one of the boys' channels for being AFK is called Getting Groceries. So what this dude used to do was he would take off on top tier planes. He would fire a couple missiles to everything. He would just fire all these missiles to everything, like LARPing, get a couple kills, and then he would land and sit AFK on the runway for like 10 minutes, because that's his way of exploiting, quote-unquote, exploiting the useful action systems. So you go out there, you fire all your missiles, you kill 1 or 2 guys, and then he just landed and sat AFK on the runway for 10 minutes. And I don't really understand what the fucking point of that was. Like, he said it was to exploit the useful action systems, but the thing is, he has every single tech tree grinded out. And Squish Face Squishface ended up hunting him over and over and over again, and he took it personally. And he used to be a moderator on Nimble server, and he fucking banned Squish for that. So literal power abuse because he's a fucking shitter. And now he's changed his username like 3 or 4 times because Squishface keeps sniping him. But the thing is, Squish has the player ID, so it doesn't matter how much he actually changes his username, Squish is always gonna find him. So the very moment we find him playing Sim again, we're just gonna fucking go hunting him. Because fuck that guy. Like, quite literally, he will literally just fucking... Like, he used to be US main. Literally US main, just play America, playing 120 slingers last year. He would literally just take off, get to Mac Jesus, fire all of his missiles, and then run away, land on the runway, and just sit AFK.
That's pretty retarded.
Alright, I'm spawning in again.
Yep.
Hey, well, I'm actually learning something. So, I know for a fact that if I raid fight properly, I can kind of just... I guess maybe go toe-to-toe a little bit. I don't know if you agree.
Basically, on theory, raid fighters should always win, right? In theory. Of course, practice, very, very different things, right?
Yeah.
You saw there, I was at the end, I was the raid fighter, but I didn't win, right? Plain knowledge and stuff comes into play. But yeah, I feel like you have a very good understanding of stall fights, right? You have obviously very excellent like plane knowledge, right? Much better than mine. Like, you're much more in tune with the plane. The thing is that just that there are some fundamental basics of BFM that you need to understand regarding turning room and relative energy to relative radius. If you understand these concepts, you could easily go toe to toe with me, like 100%.
Yeah.
And I noticed these in fights where like there are fights where you do everything right and I make a couple of mistakes, and those couple of mistakes are already enough for me to lose the fight. So that's, if you just focus on that a little bit more, you know, try to basically expand your energy game plans a little bit, you know, work towards that. You can become very deadly in this game, like much more deadly than you already are. And that's the thing I tell to a lot of people in DCS. Right? A lot of people, I know people who are so fucking good at aiming in DCS, who are excellent at stall fighting, but they just refuse to learn that energy, and that's what's holding them back. Like, it holds them back so much that I'm like, dude, if you fucking knew 2-circle game plans, you would be easily one of the top duelists in the game, like 100%. No fucking
well,
shot.
time to practice. You know the funniest thing is that besides you, I don't think I ever struggled raid fighting against anybody else.
Yeah, because
not even
probably
chess.
No one actually knows in this, like, that raid fought you properly. That's the thing. I've noticed in this game, people have no idea what a raid fight actually is. They think a raid fight is you fucking sit there mock raiding at 1 billion kilometers per hour.
Oh, dude,
right?
you should see the fucking video I made of me just violating Dr. Kickass. Like, his idea of raid fighting is literally just going flat on the deck at a specific speed, and like with
that's just retarded. That's retardation. These kind of people, they're literally like amoebas. They're like single cell organisms. You don't even think about.
Oh, dude, you should definitely watch that video. It's actually fucking hilarious because
it was the first video I watched of it.
all right, cool.
It was the video that's the video that like found like where I found your channel. You know, basically
really?
One of my friends were like, hey, there's like this like flanker guy. You know, you wanna, like, you know, you should meet him. And I'm like, oh, what is it about? Like, and he's like, you know, I saw the doc and I'm like, and we were all laughing our asses off. Like, we literally one of the comments like I made in the Discord is like, my favorite part is when he brought the Rafale and fucking lost. That was my favorite part. Like, you know, he's like in switching planes. He's like, oh, I'm gonna beat this guy.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Eats shit, and that is like the, you know, that's pretty big.
So the whole background of that guy is that I had a clip from last year, very late last year, from almost 1.5 years ago. I think here you're shit out of energy, and I still have a lot of it.
Yep. Precisely. So you gotta cash in now. Good shit. See, that's how you do aggressive energy, right? You don't stay at 850 kilometers per hour for the rest of your life. This is how you do it.
Yeah, I think, okay. I feel confident I did that pretty well.
And my mistake was there, like, being a bit too aggressive on the radius. I should have been a bit more passive, a bit more speed conservant. But you can see, right? Like, basically, if I make a mistake, right, and you play your cards right, you know, in symmetrical fights, there's no winners. There's only losers. You didn't win because you win. Like I lost because I made a mistake, right? In a symmetrical fight, the biggest enemy is you. You are your biggest enemy. The other enemy, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because it's symmetrical. Right, we have the same plane, right? Yeah,
exactly. If you do everything right, you win. So if you fucked up, it's because you lost to yourself. You fucked up something, right? So that's something you gotta keep in mind, right? Don't think about beating the other guy. Think about what I'm doing right? And what you're doing right is always relative to the other plane, of course. That's what matters. And But yeah, either way, it was hilarious watching that video because, yeah, it was the typical shitter who has ego inflated to the beyond the solar system. He has no fucking idea what he's talking about, and then it doesn't matter what he brings. He loses. I've had
pretty
these
much.
kind of apes in DCS as well.
Fucking shitters with big ego who think they're good at the game when they actually fight someone who is good at the game. That's pretty much the whole video. So the background with that guy, as I was saying, is I had a clip from me playing just Enduring Confrontation from last year, right? Like 1.5 years ago. And there's a fucking clip I got where I'm dogfighting him and he is on the F-16C and I'm in the fucking flanker with dogshit fly model. And I literally won the raid fight. I kind of managed to do a reversal and he extended away and I fired the 73 and he ended up J'ing out. He J'd out to deny the kill to the missile. And then he started yapping in chat saying that the fucking plane is bullshit and that whatever. The flanker is outrating the fucking F-16 or whatever. And you know, that clip got brought up on Discord like 6 months later. And the guy was actually a member of the Discord, which I didn't know. And this fucking guys fucking pinged him, started making fun of him, and then like he started like just talking shit about flanker or whatever. And you know, of course, one of the friends pings me, and I'm like, "Hey, guess who's the shitter who is on Discord just yapping right now?" So the overall copium that he had was like it was because the R73 was bullshit. And that the flanker was overpowered. So I was like, okay, well. So if you want to, you know, run it back, we can do guns only duels, no R73s, to see if you win. If you think the R73 is bullshit, then how about we do guns only? And the implicit agreement of the duel was that, of course, I'm gonna be flying this 27, and he's gonna be flying the F-16, like just like the fucking clip. Right. And then he fucking takes the F-16C, fucking dies after 3 turns, fucking explodes, and then starts bringing other planes against the agreement. I'm like, this is how it is, right?
That's always perfect. Like,
and then he fucking brother of all, man.
When they start like upgrading their planes, like you know they're fucking salty. Like you know this guy's seething. Like, you know this guy's asshole is hard. Like you are pushing a shit in, and it keeps getting worse because they get the better plane, they lose again, and they keep getting the better plane, and eventually they get to the best plane and they lose, and there's nowhere to go.
No, the thing is
the reality that they're permanently dog shit.
The thing is, back on those duels, the Rafale was the #1 fly model because it was kind of pretty much identical to the Typhoon, except the Typhoon only pulled 12 Gs, the Rafale pulled 16, and he still lost to a fucking flanker.
Yeah, like that is pretty waste. Like this is basically the journey of every shitter who has like too much ego, right? They will talk shit about something that they have no idea about, right? And then what happens is they talk shit about that thing that they have no idea about. That thing, you know, gets brought up. They get called out on it, you know. They get proven wrong.
And they don't take the L.
In order to save any type of face, they will start getting better and better planes, completely deviating from the original argument, right? Basically backtracking, just to try and basically edge out a win. And it's always amazing when they can't edge out that win, but they just don't know how to edge out the win anymore. So there you cashed in a bit too early. You basically want to bleed energy relative to me, right? But slightly more, like basically, you want to bleed energy the same way that I am. And so here's the thing, right? If I have, let's say energy is money, right? If I have $100 of energy, right? And you have $120 of energy. If you and I start bleeding energy at the same rate, who's gonna bleed out of energy first? Me.
Oh, the one with more.
Yeah. No, like the one with more will bleed out of energy later, right? Because he has more money, right? He will bleed out of money later, right? So if you and I, but let's say I have 100 euros of energy. You have 120 euros of energy. We start bleeding out, and we start bleeding both of our energy at a rate of 5 euros per second. Who will reach 0 first? Me. Which means I lose because I have energy first, right? So that's how you want to do it. Because if you do it like suddenly, like the way you did there, like, you know, I will just stay in the raid fight and I will continue that, right? and basically I won't pay the price for being the radius fighter. So like there I was working on offsets, trying to get that because I saw you were trying to rate. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to force offsets there. But then I was like, oh, he actually pulled in. I'm just gonna stay lag, and that actually saved me right there. So here you're doing a better job. You're maintaining your energy. You're maintaining your pursuit curves. This is basically like energy fighting 101. But again, the trick to energy is you always fight relative to the opponent. Right? That's the trick to energy.
So right there, I saw you get very slow while also going vertical. So that's usually a cue of, okay, he's pulling really hard, he's building speed, and he's also fighting against gravity. It's bound to lose a lot of speed. And usually on those vertical loops, when people get slow, like on that apex and that vertical is where they're gonna be the most vulnerable, because you have to kill them in there soon before they can manage to speed up again. Because
that's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it, for example, there I wasn't pulling hard. Like it was just the flanker bleeding a lot of speed. I was at 400 kph roughly because I had to, because I was forcing offsets. There was no other choice. But the thing is, I had no intention of pulling in or pulling hard even. So like I saw you pull hard, and that's basically what got you there at the end.
Well, I managed to kind of neutralize and then go back to square one.
Like here you did a good job at neutralizing the fight. The thing is that it was basically inevitable to happen because you got angles advantage, right? And I tried to release back to get some speed back, right? And what happens when you try to release to get some speed back? I give you free angles and you can accelerate up behind me, right? That's another thing.
And I'm out of fuel.
4 seconds. Out.
How? What?
No.
How? What? That's bullshit. That's actually.
How did we fucking miss?
I literally sprayed across your entire plane and not a single bullet hit.
Same, dude. Same.
I literally sprayed your entire trajectory and not a single bullet hit your plane. That's fucking bullshit. Also, the thing is, I'm trying to have a different merge than you, because if we both go vertical, I think it kind of creates a very aggressive offset to where it can easily cause a head-on pass. So I don't really know if that verticality on your merge might actually give you an advantage. I'm coping right now, but I'm trying to not do the same thing.
The verticality of the merge gives me an advantage if I'm trying to be an angles fighter, right? Because I get angles aggressively onto you, and you're basically facing away from me by going horizontal, which gives me an angles advantage, right? So basically, I can enter the raid fight with a slight angles advantage, and then I can continue to raid fight if I choose to, right? It gives me a lot of options, basically. That's why people merge a vertical a lot, right? It's also the best way to bleed your plane speed if you're in a fucking overpowered plane that refuses to bleed speed, right?
There's a few of them. Like recently, I got the J10, which is like the Eurofighter from Team U for China, and that thing has a really, really strong fly model, kind of similar to the Rafale, but not quite. Like in theory, you take a look at the fly model, the curves and the shape is basically the same. The main difference is the Rafale is better because it has disgusting engine power. But the thing is that the J10 is capped to I would say 10, maybe 11 Gs if it's very light. So if you merge a little bit too fast, you're gonna have a lot of trouble bleeding speed because you cannot pull hard enough. And also the fly model, overall, is basically Eurocanard fly model, just retains a lot of speed. So the Mirage 2000 also has the same issue on this game, where it pulls a maximum of 10 Gs more or less, when everything else in its bracket can pull 13, 14.
Right.
So it's not necessarily a bad plane, it's just that sometimes if the other guy is smart enough to pull super hard on merge, they immediately just get a fucked in a position basically for free. And that's usually very decisive.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Merges can be decided at the first turn. That is absolutely the case. Theoretically, the merge would be decided at the first turn if you're basically all sentient AI and you perform your plane perfectly to the last percentage. You drop them, you take the last percentage of performance out of your plane, right? And that can absolutely happen. So, but yeah, that's basically why the top-down merge is useful if you're applying to the angles fighter. That horizontal merge is useful if you're applying to be the raid fighter, because you want to be passive, you want to be in a lag trajectory. If you go up, what happens? You're in a lead trajectory, right? You're in a face-to-face situation.
Yeah, so
then you're forced to give angles at the top, where it's very awkward. You're both basically slower, right? You're in thinner air, you're bleeding speed, so you need to go down to get some more speed back, and now you also have to get angles back, give angles up, and that's that's why it's actually smart to go horizontal if the other guy goes vertical if you're playing to rate.
I
Of
think,
course, you don't.
I think in War Thunder, those things are not really set in stone. Like maybe in maybe in flankers, because these things are not like very forgiving overall, and fucking what?
Oh, I fucking exited. I exited the battle apparently.
Oh yeah, because we're doing a spiral and moving across the map. Because we're both basically pulling lag on each other, so it's literally a spiral, right? Okay.
I was actually pulling lead, but because I was forcing offsets, but it was a very subtle lead. Because if I go full lead, I will fucking, I will lose a lot of energy for that.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think like those merges are not really set in stone in War Thunder, because
no merge is set in stone, but generally this is the way it goes.
Yeah.
It depends, of course, on the plane. There's a lot of variables to it.
So, for example, here, if I was in a 15A, I could easily just uppercut you and immediately get on your 6.
Yeah.
And because, say for example, something like the F-15A, if you ever duel against Butters, he could do that. It's kind of like the thing we call the dueler trajectory, or I call it kind of the uppercut. And the thing is, planes like the F-15A, which is not even the strongest top-tier flight model, by the way, but planes like the 15A can basically just do that, and they get a fucked in a position for free, and then, because the flight model is so busted, or just busted enough, you will never ever be able to shake it off from your 6, and you're dead.
Yeah, so like in a symmetrical 15A duel, you basically have to if you're planning to basically be the top-down fighter, you have to go a lot more aggressive than him.
Yeah.
Right? That's the thing. And that's basically what I meant, is like basically it's the same shit, but it happens at such a fast rate, because if you give him the same separation as in a flanker versus flanker duel, of course he's just gonna uppercut you. That what you said, right? But that's the thing, right? In a 15A versus 15A, we would not be having a separation. We'd be like twice as close to each other, right? Because that's what the plane requires you to do in order to do your game plan, because that's the kind of capability the plane has, right? And that's something that you gotta keep in mind.
Yeah, so like pretty much every single other top-tier plane, like literally the flanker is quite literally one of the worst when it comes to cashing in energy. But in every single other top tier in the game, like the matches are a lot more unforgiving.
Absolutely.
Which is...
And this is always the case. Same in DCS. Like the Hornet matches are so unforgiving. Flankers can be too, because they have such high set there. But Hornet matches are so, because like you lose in a split second. Like first the merge was neutral, you might have even had advantage. You stop thinking for 1 second, you lost. That's how quickly it can happen. And that's just the fundament. That's what fighting in like high planes can be very tiring as well, because they require you to be basically tweaking on the edge at all times. I G-locked just before I fired.
Oh no.
I got one bullet off. I squeezed one bullet and it's like boom. And I'm like, whoa, nope. No more. Interesting. Yeah, so there I was the radius fighter. I was planning to pull in. I probably could have pulled in, but again, it was just safer to me when I saw that sudden excursion of energy into a reversal to just do this, right?
Yeah.
And here, like, now we're in a downward spiral. It is in my interest to get to the deck first with an offset advantage. I'm gonna hit the trees actually.
Oh,
yeah. Not paying attention. But yeah, if those trees weren't there, I probably would have lived, but
I think
a different story.
Now that I think about it, well, it would require you to give money to this garbage company, but if you want like a super quick, like high tier plane for dueling, you can just buy the Israeli F-16. I think it's a Block 10, which is literally the best flight model for the F-16s. And yeah, you will see it's literal fucking night and day. It's actual fucking bullshit.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. But that's just the fundamental reality of of high planes with higher performances, right? Like they just force you to think at a much more rapid rate. Separation is closer, everything is closer, everything is much more riskier, right? Because the margins are so tight. In flanker versus
here is an opening.
Here's an opening. Kind of because I wanted to create one to generate the necessary offset.
I blocked out.
Yeah. already like with the knowledge that I've told you and the knowledge you're applying right now, you're already way better than me. Like,
Just not hitting
I would
the
say in our
shots.
last duel, you were very predictable in a way, right? Like I could kind of do things where I'm like, okay, and here at the start, you were also kind of initially kind of predictable. I'm like, okay, you know, this is what's gonna happen. But here now, I'm having a lot more harder time of predicting you. Also, I was in fucking Cobra mode, so that's not good. But yeah, you did a much better job this time of just being unpredictable. You know, also just forcing me to like actually bleed much more energy for anything I wanted to do.
Yeah, the thing is, I really like trying to take the initiative when it comes to aggression, but holy fuck, this plane just does not cooperate. Like,
Yeah.
like, no, like,
You have to really give it time.
yeah, I'm just gonna say it again. Like, out of every single top tier plane that I fly, and especially like the high AOA ones. So of course, Rafale is the most busted one, and
Yeah.
the J10 is actually like the J10 out of all the Eurocanards is probably the most balanced one because it pulls a lot of AOA, but you have to get like super slow, but it's still really good. So all of
Right.
those stall fight high AOA shenanigans, like every single other plane just does better. This thing just does not.
Yeah, absolutely. I can absolutely imagine that. Yeah.
Let's see, what's the fucking chat saying? Send just hit an upside down PL12 shot. Man, we should, you know what we should do? Yeah, we should start bringing R73s and just fucking assure mutually assured
Oh my
destruction.
I kind of want to do some more Gunzo deals, but yeah, we can do that later on as well.
I was almost sleeping on my chair and just got jump scared by Sinful missing the shot. Man, sometimes you cannot really help this plane. Oh, wow, somebody speaking Spanish on my chat. He de admitirlo, creí que estabas de risas con lo de los duelos, pero en una hora he aprendido más que en 1700 horas de War Thunder. Está siendo muy entretenido. Enhorabuena.
What the
Pues
fuck?
si te ayuda, pues enhorabuena. Si este canal te ayuda a ser mejor en el juego, entonces el propósito del canal ya se cumplió. Genial. Yeah, so basically just this 1 hour of duels has taught one guy like 1700 hours of War Thunder worth of knowledge. Just raid fight, retain your speed, and don't pull like fucking retard. That's the way it is.
That's the fundamentals, and that's the specific fundamentals. Of course, when you go into the super autistic detail, it gets complex. But yeah, that is the fundamentals.
Simply 2 circle R wasn't on my bingo card. I have always been really good at 2 circle, but to be completely honest, against Yacht, it's probably the person I have to lock in the most with fighting against them. Chesserate is kind of, I would say a little bit easier because Chesserate is very predictable. He just does full verticality pretty much with no offset. Here I have an opening.
Yep.
I tried using the ground as a shield there. Oh,
Yep.
oh, doesn't matter. I'm gonna fucking suicide. There we go. I hit you anyway. Oh, I might save it. Holy fuck, I saved it. Your air brake is out. Your air brake is out.
Oh shit. Thanks. It's not gonna help me though. I was gonna try to do a reversal there, but it kind of did not end up working in my favor.
Yeah, I basically used the ground as a shield, kind of.
Yep, that's what I did. I should have pulled in a little bit earlier for that shot, but it would have been a very Hail Mary shot as well.
Yeah, simply 2CR wasn't on my bingo card. Yeah, like overall, I've always been really good at raid fighting overall, I would say. But the thing is...
for sure, you're definitely good.
But the thing is, because I play Enduring Confrontation so much, like, you know for a fact, you have to finish off the guy as quickly as you can. Absolutely, before you get their party.
In organic marriages, radius fighting will always be, like, superior because of the situation that devolves.
Yeah.
It devolves into.
The thing is, overall, a lot of people don't really know how to raid fire, or at least they don't try to on EC. But let's say, for example, if I'm even during confrontation and Butters is on the enemy team on the F-15A, he will try to go for a raid fight, and he knows how to do that really well. And if you do not adapt to him, and if you do not respond properly to what he's doing, you will fucking die.
Yeah.
You will fucking die. So, like, yeah, right there, I literally saw an opening where you were very close to the deck. I had altitude, I have speed, I have separation. Like, I'm just gonna pull him in, go aggressive.
Yep. And that's the kind of, like, initiative you have to take, right? That's the kind of initiative you want to take.
I'm gonna do a few more. I'm gonna take a break and go get something to eat.
Sure.
Now that I think about it, I don't really think I play that many raid fighter planes on EC anyway, so I usually just go for full aggression. Or actually no, what usually happens is that the fucking average player on EC, like they don't know what they're doing. So usually even if you go aggressive at the very first turn, they have already like had such a garbage trajectory, you can pretty much just almost kill them right there. There's no need to raid fight. There's barely any need to even lock into like in radius.
Oh yeah.
So like
I've outrated fucking Hornets and like Eurofighters, even the C-30, because they take off with fucking bags, full load, right? And they don't drop any of that. Of course, they take off with 100% internal fuel.
Dude,
and
I remember
I'm sitting here at like 20% for fuel, you know.
I remember one guy asking. What should I've done better on this clip? And he's flying the F-16C, I think, and he has like 28 minutes of internal fuel at the moment of merge. Jesus, and I was like, yeah, that was your first mistake. If you take way too much fuel, it's literally natural selection.
Yep.
So what you could have done better in there, well, you were pretty much already dead when you merged, unless the other guy was stupid enough to do the exact same thing. But yeah, like fuel load, you are responsible for it. You should manage it better. Here's an opening, you're going way too slow, and I have a lot of speed.
Yep.
Will this stream stay on the channel? Yeah, it's public. Yeah, I always leave all my streams on the channel. Actually, I record a lot of my dueling videos. Well, not dueling videos, but dueling sessions with a lot of people on my Discord. I just leave the streams unlisted so that they are available on the Discord only. So if you go to my Discord and go to the gameplay recordings, you can see a fuck ton of streams where I just do commentary, dueling with people, pointing out their mistakes, pointing out my mistakes too. And overall, it's like really kind of academic, but a bunch of those streams, like pretty much all of them, are completely unlisted. So you will not see them on my channel unless you join my Discord and look for them. But this stream in particular is public. It's gonna stay in the channel, and you'll be able to browse for it and look at it. It's gonna be public. It's gonna be available. So let's see. It'll always be too much of a Snorfest way of fighting for me to do unless it's 100% necessary. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes it's 100% necessary, because if I know for a fact you struggle with raid fighting, I will do that shit against you, and you're never gonna win, right?
That's precisely the case.
Yeah, and for example, another example is, I think Marauder, I don't know if it's in chat, but Marauder uses mouse joystick, and mouse joystick does not work for vertical loops. So if I merge with Marauder, all I have to do, and I know for a fact all I have to do is just do vertical loops, and he's dead, because he won't be able to do anything about it, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, if I know if I know Mustang struggles with raid fighting, then, you know, if I want to just win easily, I'm just gonna raid fight him. Kind of.
Sometimes it's necessary, right?
Sometimes it's like, necessary.
Sometimes you merge in an EC match, and the guy's fucking loaded with all shit, right? And he refuses to take it off. Why would you radius fight him? Just fucking raid fight him, and 2 turns he's dead anyway. Right?
Yep.
Sometimes you have to. Like, that's the thing. You have to, like, it's about decision making. You want to be smart, right? Like, why be dumb and get, force a head on to a guy that you could easily raid fight, right? Because head on is like 50-50, right? He might hit his shots, you might hit his shots. You don't know. Maybe he's cracked at aiming. Maybe he gets a lucky shot. Raid fighting, that's 100% guaranteed, dude, right? And that's another thing. In raid fighting, also, like, now as well, because, like, now that you're like getting focusing much more on raid fighting, this is also like another thing that comes into play is available G, right? So this is, for example, where expert versus ace crew comes in. For example, I cannot raid at a higher energy because I black out, whereas you can. So at raid fighting, but this is like more autistic levels. Like, this is more like for symmetrical duels and stuff like that, where G comes into play as well, and crews start coming into play as well, which is one thing I really dislike about this game. Having to grind crews retarded. Absolutely,
Yeah, it's
diabolical.
retarded,
You should
yeah.
just be able to max perform your plane regardless of the right, because you just grinded for that. But in EC, you have to take a decision sometimes. Like you just gotta, right? Air combat is about being smart, right? If you have a guy multipathing, right, and you're sitting there, right? Let's say the guy's multipathing, he's merging, right? He's like, or like, sorry, he's notching, he's multipathing and notching you. You see him visually, right? Do you try to go fucking aggressively Mach 1, pitch that shot into him, miss, overshoot, and have him reverse into you and shoot a Mika, or you fucking transition behind him slowly in a
that's
lag trajectory?
that's literally how I bait people in EC. Especially, well, it's mostly useful against American planes or people who just sling 9Ms, because what I usually do is I just notch until merge, but I usually get a lot of altitude and then I just basically cut the entire engine power and I just pitch downwards so I can retain speed. And you know,
Exactly.
because I reduce the IR signature, they cannot lock their 9M and I'm also flaring, so they just basically get tunnel vision and trying to get the fucking missile off. They just basically overshoot for free, and then I basically just do a 90-degree turn and shoot them in the ass. They're dead.
Yeah, the notch to merge strategy is the ultimate skill check to people. It's like, okay, you know, are you brain dead or are you skilled? You know, like that's because and that's also where like BFM knowledge comes into BVR. Like, you know, like somebody who has done a lot of dogfighting will understand this. But somebody who hasn't done a lot of dogfighting, they will fucking tunnel you at Mach 1, pass you, and eat a Mika, you know, while you know you're behind them.
I mean, well,
or like R77, doesn't matter. Or
well,
R73.
it's always gonna be their fault, because why are you playing against France? You're just gonna fucking die. Exactly. Here, have a Michael, have a Mika, brother. You know what? Fuck you. I'm just gonna reverse your ass here. Sure. Oh, you're so cooked. You're cooked. Holy fuck, what? Holy fuck, Flanker finally decided to pull some fucking ass AOA, dude. Damn. Well, the plane locked up, so I missed my chance.
Yep.
I was like, damn.
Bro wants to pull in. Sure.
The fucking plane actually pulled AOA. Like, wow, damn. Fucking plane actually decided to lock in for once. Yeah, I guess it's because I had momentum upwards, a lot of it, so I could just pull a fuck ton of AOA. Oh, it's Butters. Yeah. Butters has joined. Wow, this motherfucker just joined to make noise. That's cool.
Certified moment.
See, like here, of course I made a fucking gigantic mistake, but at least I'm self-aware. I'm just doing it for a meme, and I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Where's my
story?
Okay. Holy fuck! What is Butters doing?
I wish I knew.
Butters.
These little bitches.
Oh fuck! Got the wing. All right, let me catch up with chat.
You guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Did you hear me before when I called you a bunch of little bitches?
Yeah, but you're like super noisy right now. A bunch of noise in the background. Right, let me catch up with chat. Yeah, better. Even then, 30 seconds, my patient is gone, and I'll probably end up suiciding for a aggressive move. Well, fair enough. Sometimes, depending on the plane you're flying, it works, because a bunch of top-tier planes are just busted enough where you don't really need to rate fight that much.
Let's see.
What if the Rafale merges at the... These guys are memeing around. There was a fucking retard who said the F-16C can win against the Rafale.
I
caught up with that, yeah. If it merges the light speed.
What are you guys doing?
Dueling,
bro.
No. Can I watch?
The stream is up.
Can I watch in the duel?
Sure. Let me fucking stream. There we go. Alright.
I meant like...
I'm so tempted to ask the same for a duel, but I don't want to get beat so hard. Well, that's one of the reasons why I make some of the dueling footage unlisted, so you don't have to humiliate yourself in front of the entire YouTube audience.
I mean, like, can I get an invite?
Only if you take F-15C.
F-15C. Okay.
Yeah, so we can just auto farm you.
Okay. I'll bring the golden eagle. It's for golden showers.
Oh, you have it already? Fucking
Yes,
piece
sir.
of garbage. Fucking piece of garbage.
How is that
It's-
thing like in terms of flight model?
It's
It
copy
sucks.
pasted. It's copy pasted. It's garbage.
It's the same. It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
The rocket's the biggest piece of dog shit.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit. It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Hey, well, apparently the developers are working on the fly model.
Yes, I know, and I'm so excited because like I'm looking at it and it's like, why does it get exactly 10,000 less rate of climb when it has the same, basically the same thrust as the A, but it's only like 6,000 pounds heavier? Make it make sense. and with the Acer radar, because of all the mechanical linkages that were removed, it's actually lighter than the C. Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It makes sense. Now I understand all the MiG-29G the SMT players. I finally understand.
Now you fucking finally understand the pain. It's like Marauder. One time on stream, he said like, "Wow, another fucking stream that Sinful is complaining about the flanker fly model once again." And then he got the SU-33 a few weeks later, and he's like, "Now I finally fucking understand." Like, of course he does. Of course he does. Of course you're never going to understand the coping about the flanker if you don't fly it yourself.
Yeah, I understand. I finally understand. Neutral countries. Special. No. I want veteran. Holidays.
I don't understand why I get FPS drops. Like, I have 80 FPS and it kind of doesn't feel like it.
Odd.
I think you're good here. By the time you go up, you're gonna be a little bit slow. Might be able to just
Perhaps.
cash in the energy.
What are you guys playing as?
SU-27SM symmetrical.
Oh no. I'm gonna get touched.
Yes, you are. You're gonna get touched.
I don't want that.
How did those miss? That's bullshit.
It's just how it is.
When I'm in an abysmal dog shit competition and my opponent is the War Thunder implementation of flanker fly model.
You T-Rex is here. Just kidding.
I am here. What is Bros doing?
Bros. Bros of Stalin.
Bros of Stalin.
Yes.
We are flanking it so hard right now.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Like, you know what's funny? Yacht literally became purple within a month. Like, he learned
Yeah,
the
I
whole,
noticed
he
that.
learned the War Thunder thing. He's super fucking fast. And he was the one who learned from me because of flanker practice, and now I'm the one kind of learning from him. It's gonna go to, fuck.
Yeah, Jot's gonna be purple. He just has to.
He is already. I made him purple ages ago. He fucking dude is massively fucking autistic, dude.
Like, I remember literally yesterday, I'm like scrolling through some of the text chats, and then I saw Jot. Jot was purple. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, his
was
motherfucker literally became purple in a month.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
He's just like me, for real, for real.
You never made him be asymmetrical. That's crazy. Bro
Dude.
broke the rules.
I think if this motherfucker actually grinds a good plane, he's gonna be a fucking menace. Well, he already is in the flanker, but like, holy fuck.
You're assuming I will ever give Gaijin money, first of all.
Base, don't
it's not
fucking
happening.
don't. They're responsible for a current flanker fly model. Don't fucking reinforce their garbage ass
That's
decision
exactly
making.
what I mean. It's like you think I will ever give this shit company money, dude. It's just not.
Me sitting here after GE Golden Eagle, sweating.
What a good job.
That was a good opportunity. Once again, I had altitude, some speed, and separation.
Yeah.
Me
And-
with like $500
Yeah,
total. And
Yeah. Yeah, I saw him like right there. That was good because he was using the ground as a shield. But I literally was like, I had to fucking hit this shot before I just lose all of it. I'm gonna do a couple more rounds and I'm gonna eat something because like literally the last couple days I'm barely eating shit. Like I've eaten a couple crackers with like some margarine and jam, and then I go
You gotta
back
eat more, man.
go back to sleep again.
You gotta eat, twin. You gotta keep those muscles fed.
What being depressed does to a motherfucker. Wow.
Real.
Oh wait, did Butter sleep?
I think. Did.
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh, he wanted to duel. Just tell him to come back. I think he wants to duel, but he's not allowed to bring the 15A. Come on. He's not allowed.
Do that.
That's the rule. Come on, make it fucking fair, dude. Actually, if you ever duel Butters and he brings the F15A, you are allowed to take R73s, and you can maybe like win like 30% of the time at most. If you learn how to do kind of like the baiting overshoots and just use the funny AOA to fucking snipe his ass. It's kind of like the only way, because if he just decides to mac raid, he's gonna perpetually stay above you doing circles, energy trapping you, and none of your missiles are ever gonna hit, and you're just shit out of luck.
That's the crazy thing about War Thunder is the missiles in this game are a meme, the Fox 2s.
Yeah, R73 spins out of control when you actually need it the most.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, off-board missile, right?
Yeah, off-board
You would
missile.
think that an off-board missile, when you try to off-board it wouldn't spin out of control. Yeah, psych.
Psych. Well, that's not gonna be the case because fuck you, that's why.
Yes.
That's what you get for playing dog shit ass game. You would actually need like fucking classified documents signed with a fucking biometric print of Vladimir Putin's left nipple if you wanted to get accepted. Otherwise, nope, you're shit out of luck.
You are shit out of luck, buddy. That's just how it goes.
Fuel. I have momentum up. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, you're gonna kill me. Not enough fuel. I saw you were preserving.
No, I cut that.
Preservation.
I cut burner for like 3 seconds on my way
see.
down. That was enough. Kind of unfair because like we maintained it neutral the entire time. Just kind of, well, just lucky I ended up in a better
That's just how
position.
fuel fights go.
Yeah, yeah,
That's just how fuel
it's
fights go.
yeah. Whatever. I think there was a decent opening that if the flanker had a little bit better SCP, I would have been able to kill you because I think you were going up and you were pulling like a little bit too much lead. And
Right.
I think you were kind of baiting me to just pull you in.
For sure. Yeah. There was definitely a time where I was kind of like trying to set up a scissors, but this time you were smart and you did not fall for it. So.
Yeah, I remember seeing, like, we were doing kind of like a spiral, right? Doing the spiral we were doing. And
Precisely.
you were going up and you were kind of pulling a little bit too much lead. So that was kind of like almost allowing me to just cut you in.
Precisely.
Fucking ground looked so close, dude.
Yeah.
The ground.
Oh, I missed my shot.
That was a really nice fucking stall thingy. No,
Yeah, I should have pulled Cobra there, but I didn't, and that paid the price. That's where just plain knowledge comes in.
Hey, well, I'm learning. He learned from me. I'm learning from him now.
Yes.
Right, I'll do one more. This has been like a really fucking, really fucking good dueling session, though. I just had to log in.
Just lock
Gotta
in.
lock in.
I just had to show the fucking autism, dude.
Just win, bro. Got it.
Just win, smile.
Wait, just win, smile. Winky face.
Yo, let me ask you a question.
What's up?
What does it feel like to lose duels against a Latino with bad internet?
It's horrible.
Oh,
Man. I don't think I can compete. I don't think I can cope.
I can go with that. I'm really hoping to ever find someone like xenophobic in War Thunder, like that hates Latinos with a fucking passion, so I can say, wow, you should duel me, like I'm Latino, you should definitely win, bro.
Bro, like, people lose to an Indian. Me. Like, how does it feel to lose to an Indian? Think about that.
Oh. Ooh. Yeah.
Like, these people should
Ego
honestly just
ruin.
uninstall the game.
Ego
Like, you
ruin.
lost to an Indian?
Ego ruin in shambles. In
Straight up,
shambles. Straight up, just fucking kill yourself.
kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself.
Kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself.
You lost to the guy that's in a country that one of the villages literally does a shit festival.
Like, you lost to tech support, bro. Like, why are you even playing the game?
You lost to Don't hurt the demons! No, don't hurt the demons!
I'm gonna throw because this is fucking cool.
Bro's throwing
This is
on
fucking cool. It's the flanker doing the flanker thing. I mean, I could have kept going. I could have kept going, but I don't give a fuck. This is the funniest part of using the flanker is gambling that fucking plane actually responds to what you wanna fucking do.
That's a big gamble.
The biggest gamble you've ever seen.
Me when I just literally stopped pulling like 10 seconds ago and the plane just fucking keeps all the momentum.
Yeah.
Oh, my plane is not responding. I'm cooked. Oh, exploded.
Just blew up your fuel tank.
Simply sinful, check cool clips when you get a chance. I just fucked some shitty F15C main up in EC with 1 minute fuel load based. Dude, earlier playing J10, I won a dogfight against an F16C. And I was literally in 1 minute of fuel. I wasn't using the afterburner, I still won.
Crazy. Crazy.
With a fucking Goosey, aiming the Goosey. Now all the fucking sim codes are here. All the fucking purples are here, man.
We have all.
I'm not purple.
Fucking gathering, bro.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, no
Yeah,
can.
get the
Only purple.
Wow. Only purples. Wow. Wow, that's so
Jesus.
mean. Do it again.
I'm joking, no Dan, you're cool.
No, you offend. I'm offended on his behalf. Okay.
Oh well, now I have to be mean because Sin's offended. He's my boss.
me when the guy who says getting offended is a choice also gets offended. It is a choice, though. You can just be smart enough to not give a fuck about their opinion.
Literally, just don't fall for the rage bait, dude.
That is that.
Do I continue to grind out the striking?
Well, sure. I mean, it's very likely gonna get buffed. I believe the developer's already working on the fly model bug report that generally made a few weeks back.
Are you talking about? Wait, you're saying the? So wait, I know that he made the one for the C, right? But I'm talking about the E. Are you saying that he's gonna get a buff?
No, only the C variants. Only the C variants.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get the golden eagle just in case if they are gonna do that. I think they are. I'm hopeful because if I do get the golden eagle, I'm acing it for that future reason, just because that's a plane I'll use. But right now I have the E that I've had in my crew for a while, and
I've been playing the E because it got buffed recently, where it can pull harder and compresses less. And I've been liking it. It's really cool for EC. It's pretty good.
It is. Dude, I literally like twice in a row on like Tunisia outpulled an F-18 on like the initial merge and killed him.
Cesarade, if you are speaking, we cannot hear you. Cesarade.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
there you go.
No, it was. I was trying to just watch the stream while I'm working, but the stream's not starting. So it says stream failed to start. Error 2012.
Damn.
Because we're living in 2012, though, obviously.
That probably means you haven't spent enough money for Gaijin. It's not related, but you know, it might as well. It's an indie company. They need money.
Yeah, they're an indie company. They're an indie company. Spend more money. Spend more money. Go, 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 go.
I've spent plenty of money on Gaijin.
Not enough. You can never spend
This is
Not enough.
Discord, not Gaijin. Discord hates me. That's all.
Discord hates the home.
Well, if not, I'm streaming this shit on YouTube, but you know, you won't be able to live chat with us. It's unfortunate.
Oh. Rip. Let's see. Can you still hear me right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like I can fire up the tubes and still have Discord work.
So you're gonna have a little bit of delay, like I think it's like 15 seconds or some shit. I don't know. I set it to minimum and it's still like very delayed.
Okay.
I would imagine it's because of the resolution and processing and whatever the fuck. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Holy, this motherfucker gonna get clipped right now. Oh, come here. Come here. Come here.
Oh, I can.
I couldn't even land a fucking shot on him.
How do I fucking mute your audio from the stream if I'm on Discord? What the hell?
Alright, I'm gonna do one more.
Alright.
Hold on, let me catch up with chat. J11B, the goat flanker are fine. Trust, you just need to fly the Chinese ones. J11B is really goated, but you will really need fucking ace crew on that thing if you wanna just squeeze all the potential.
Yeah, fuck that shit, dude. Ace crew, I ain't fucking with that.
Yeah, J11B is it has different engines that has weaker thrust below 500 kph compared to the normal flanker, but it has a lot more thrust above 500 and all the way to almost Mach 2, which is actually fucking insane. It's the best flanker for raid fighting, but no R73, so no bitches. It's garbage.
Yeah, that's pretty whack.
It's a DCS
Especially
player.
considering, like, even if you're in a J11B, like, your Rafale will just outpull you anyway, so...
Is a DCS player generally better than War Thunder sim players? Oof. Well...
Depends.
It does depend. It's a lot of depend.
You can take a retard from DCS, right? Like Dr. Kickass and beat him as a sim player. At the same time,
Right?
you can also take a retard from War Thunder, aka any Bligger, and beat him as a DCS player, right? Like, it all depends. I would say the skill levels are pretty similar, like, because the games are pretty similar. And inevitably, when you put enough hours into the game, you develop enough knowledge that you can basically transfer between both, as we see right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
One thing you'll notice is that people who tend to top the tourneys in either game, not like there's that many sim tourneys, but like if you look at DCS tourneys, people like Stars and Ace, they play both. Like, they're not like a DCS player or a War Thunder player. They just play.
Like they just like dogfighting.
They are simmers, simulator players.
Yeah. And you won't see this discussion from them like War Thunder players or DCS players. It's not a thing.
Because for them, it's just another game to play with, right? They don't think on the sense that, oh, you know, I'm gonna play this game, I'm gonna play this game.
Yeah. It's really, there's not a team to be on. There's not Team War Thunder. They'll play IL-2. They'll play fucking, like, a lot of them are like, used to play like friggin', I don't know, World War II Online and like all those from back in the day, you know, Warbirds, etc. Like, a lot of this is right now there's not many sims, but there used to be a lot more sims, and it was pretty difficult to.
I was too passive.
I literally went full aggressive because the lobby is about to close in 2 minutes, and that was the last round. That was literally what I went full aggro. All right, well, that was a really fucking good dueling session, and yeah, as you can see. On that question, is a DCS player generally better than War Thunder in Sim? I can tell you right now that this guy I'm dueling against, Yacht, this guy, he comes from DCS, and within a month, he reached a very similar level to me on DS27. I actually had to lock in against him, believe it or not. So, yeah, what he said, like his knowledge of flying in DCS actually transferred into War Thunder really fucking quickly, and I think we were dueling for like a whole month very often, and like at the beginning I was just winning incredibly easy against him, and he just fucking kept asking for duels over and over and over again until he actually one time beat me like 2-by-1 ratio, just like what he's doing right now. Just actually playing smart, retaining energy, and not falling for false clues, something like that. So literally within a month, he became purple on my server. So there's your answer. DCS players are the most patient people you'll ever meet, being okay to spend hundreds of hours to learn a plane. I guess, yeah. Like, autism can sometimes kick that hard.
Though.
Yeah,
that's
autism.
Game, though. Like in War Thunder, if you wanna like, you know, compete versus experienced duelists, and you have no, like, you never played a sim game before, you're gonna have to spend 100 or even 1,000 hours to get to their level. Like, you can't just, right? Like, you can't just be like a guy who plays only like casual shooters and then come to like War Thunder or DCS and expect to compete, right? You're gonna have to put hundreds of hours.
Hey, well, like, if you wanna talk about patience, just look at fucking me having like the most amount of battles played in flankers in my entire account.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Let's see. It's 27, 68 matches. It's 27 SM, 177, 86 on the SU30, 84 on the SU34. Damn. And that's also taking into account that I'm not a fucking pussy. I never leave matches early. I stick all the way to trying to get the win. So it's like, so yeah, like these numbers might not feel like that much, but this literally like 95% of these matches I stick the entire way, all the way until the fucking match ends.
Holy shit, this is 30 win rate.
SU30 win rate 81%. Yeah, well, I've just fucking retards on the opposition. Look at the Rafale win rate; it's 93%. I literally only lost
93%.
I've only lost. What's
the F-15E
this?
is even better though, 100%. Look at that.
Yeah, actually, the thing is, the F-15E and SV-34 are both basically ticket bombers. You can easily just play them for multi-role. You can just easily win the match by doing PvE because they're insanely fucking good. Like SV-34, like this is the loadout, right? You take a fucking FAB 3000 UPK and it takes 6 grams and you can destroy 3 bases with this in a single flight, and you still have a couple missiles to, you know, kill a couple of guys if you get lucky. But like quite literally, if you want to have like 90+% win rate on SU-34, you can easily do it by actually doing multi-role the smart way. And same goes for the F-15E. You can, like, this thing is actually really fun. Like, ever since it got buffed, you can pull harder at higher speeds. It doesn't compress as much, and it's also a fucking rocket, so it's actually like really fun to use. But well, again, it's a fucking pig, and you get American missiles, which are garbage. But yeah, this thing actually really fun. I prefer this one a lot more than the 15C.
If my memory isn't failing me, I think is I win grip the F-15 after the buff. So yeah, it's a very nice buff.
Yeah, I think even the thing is, just recently I think the 15Cs also got a buff. They basically got the same buff where they can pull harder at higher speeds, and I also think the engine curves for this thing got buffed too at higher speeds.
Yeah, the C got like a slight engine buff too, as well. I
But
think.
also they got more drag.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the main problem with these planes is that they're American. They have no bitches, so I don't play them.
Then it's just so fucking bad.
Alright.
I mute my PL12.
Alright, I'm gonna call it now. I'm very hungry, so I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna call it here.
It's been fun, boys. I'll catch you around. Peace.
Yeah. So GG's.
Yeah. GG's.
I'll see you guys around, and thank you guys on the stream for sticking around. And see you next time.
Holy fucking peak.
Mhm.